Good afternoon, everyone. We will begin this event by acknowledging that we are meeting on the Aboriginal land that has been inhabited by Indigenous peoples from the beginning. As settlers, we are grateful for the opportunity to meet here, and we thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. Long before today, as we gather here, there have been original people who have been stewards of this specific place. In particular, we acknowledge the land in which we gather is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe Mississauga, adjacent to the Haudenosaunee territory, and the territory is covered by the Williams Treaty. As settlers, this recognition of the contributions and the historic importance of Indigenous people must also be clearly and overtly connected to our collective commitment to make the promise and the challenge of truth and reconciliation real in our communities, and in particular to bring justice for the murdered and missing Indigenous women and girls across our great country. Again, good afternoon. My name is John Henderson. I'm Mayor of the Town of Coburg. On behalf of the Town of Coburg and Venture13 Board of Partners, I am pleased to welcome you to Venture13, Eastern Ontario Innovation and Entrepreneurship Centre today. Thank you for joining us in this special announcement is the Honourable Sylvia Jones, Solicitor General, David Piccini, our MPP for Northumberland-Peterborough South, along with Cobourg Police Services, Northumberland County Futures Development Corporation with Miss Wendy Curtis. It is exciting to be here today because you know Venture13 is more than just a building. In fact, it is a platform for opportunity for technology and innovation-driven entrepreneurs who are creating the industries of the future. We, the Town of Coburg, are committed to bringing critical resources under one roof to propel innovation and entrepreneurship community from the beginning. Again, a sincere thank you to our Venture13 Board of Partners and our innovation ecosystem partners for your continued support, which we help to help us grow and thrive. Together, we are strengthening the Eastern Innovation Corridor. Again, it is indeed my pleasure to welcome and invite our MPP David Piccini to the podium. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor Henderson. It's wonderful to be here with you all today in Coburg. A special thank you to the Town of Coburg for hosting us, Mayor Henderson's staff, Venture13, Wendy Curtis, our Police Services Board, Dean Pepper, who's here today as well, Chief VandeGraaf, Chief of Cobourg Police Services, Minister Jones, my colleague. Minister, thank you for your leadership and being here today, and our Member of Parliament, Philip Lawrence. Thank you for being here today. Ontario is committed to working with our municipalities and our police services and frontline men and women in uniform to ensure that we have safe communities. Our Minister Jones, our Solicitor General, has been instrumental in creating a comprehensive policy to ensure our communities remain safe, to ensure that we target at-risk youth, and to ensure that men and women in uniform have the tools they need to do their job and to keep our communities safe. We've launched a guns and gang strategy in the province of Ontario that's thoroughly comprehensive, that includes a support unit. We've launched funding programs to support major investigations units. We've supported community-based policing, which I'll elaborate on in greater depth. Enhanced training for correctional staff and staff on the front lines, and more supports for survivors of human trafficking. We know that enforcement and prosecution will be more effective when combined with other prevention and intervention initiatives that promote alternatives to gangs and prevent violent offenses before it starts. Taking a comprehensive approach to community safety, Ontario's strategy will combat guns and gangs in all forms. This comprehensive approach, looking at all sides, is easier when you have the sort of leadership that we have here in Coburg under the leadership of Chief of Police VandeGraaf. We've worked as a community, and I really want to emphasize that community-based approach started right here in Coburg. And for that, I'd like to thank Mayor Henderson, who's been a real partner in working with our government, who's been a champion for our police services, working with our Chief of Police and the men and women on our front lines. Chief, you've been very aggressive in working with me about looking at alternative ways that we can combat guns and gangs. You've taken a very holistic approach in promoting community-based policing. We had those discussions when Minister Jones was here a number of months ago to look at ways that we can get tough on violent criminals and animal abuse. And then, of course, we introduced our PAWS Act. We were here to make an important announcement to target at-risk youth with $300,000 just down the street with Rebound Children and Youth Services. And it's no coincidence that they have an office here in Venture13. And why I mention all this is because at every step of the way, Minister Jones and our government, under the leadership of Premier Ford, have been there to listen to community-based solutions, to combat violent criminals, to work with at-risk youth in a rural setting, to ensure that we have safe communities. And that's why I'm proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with Minister Jones today, and I'm very excited for her announcement, an announcement that supports a project that was first brought to me by Chief VandeGraaf just, I think it wasn't even more than a month ago. So Minister, thank you for moving quickly on this to support rural communities like ours. Thank you for joining us here today for today's exciting announcement. Thank you.
Thank you very much, David, and it's a pleasure to be here again in Port Hope, Coburg. You know, what I really appreciate about your MPP is David not only talks about the projects and the initiatives that his community and his riding are undertaking, but he actually follows up and tells how it's working on the ground. And for someone who spends probably too much of her time at Queen's Park these days, I really appreciate that insight, because it means that decisions that we make as a government, as a caucus, as a team, are driven by results. So thank you. Ensuring the safety and well-being of Ontarians is one of our government's most important responsibilities. This past August, we launched a plan to invest $6 million over 3 years to expand closed-circuit television systems across Ontario to help protect communities from criminal threats. This investment is made available through the Ontario CCTV grant program, the latest part of our government's comprehensive, province-wide guns and gangs violence reduction strategy. This newly created CCTV grant will further support police services and the communities they serve to increase public safety. Today, I'm pleased to announce that 18 police services across Ontario will share $1.6 million in funding for the first year of this program, including right here in Coburg with the Cobourg Police Services. This investment will be used to strengthen existing CCTV surveillance systems, expand existing networks, and launch new ones. The Cobourg Police Services will receive $200,000 to install a new CCTV system as part of their next-generation community safety strategy. Our frontline police, the heroes we rely on to bring criminals to justice, tell us that CCTV technology works and is one of the best tools we have to gain a critical advantage over criminal organizations. Gang members are less likely to commit a crime if they are at a greater risk of being caught. And video footage of crimes committed will help with investigations, identify suspects, and support prosecutions to keep criminals off the street. Today's CCTV systems have also evolved to include features such as advanced night vision capabilities and 360-degree fields of view. These are important modern-day police capabilities, and it is a priority for our government to ensure Ontario Police Services can count on these features. I'd like to thank Chief VandeGraaf for being an early supporter of Ontario's CCTV program. Ontarians and our partners in public safety called on our government to do more to combat crime in communities across Ontario. We listened, and we will continue to do so. We are taking the necessary steps to stand up for law-abiding citizens and provide police services with the tools and resources they need to protect Ontarians. With this investment, municipalities like Coburg will be able to significantly strengthen their CCTV capabilities to support the local fight against crime. Thank you. I will now turn it over to Dean Pepper, Chair of the Cobourg Police Services Board.
Welcome to you all, and thank you for coming today for the very important announcement for the Coburg citizens of the Coburg area. And a special thank you to the Honourable Sylvia Jones, Solicitor General, for taking her time and supporting our community with this amazing grant. This is another exciting announcement of support showing the government's commitment to safety for all Ontarians. We are proud to be one of the 18 police services to receive the provincial support through the Ontario CCTV grant program. Thank you to David Piccini, our MPP, who has been a long-time supporter of the Cobourg Police Service, regularly making time to discuss our community's needs. We continue to work to our vision of being an adaptive and trusted community partner in protecting the safety, security, and quality of life in the town of Coburg through community engagement and innovative partnerships. The Ontario CCTV grant goes to support local crime prevention efforts and positively impacts the safety of our community here in Coburg, allowing a local and collaborative response to deter violent crime and hold offenders accountable. The grant will support the Next Generation Community Safety Strategy, our local project, which provides an opportunity to rapidly advance innovative policing solutions. Innovative solutions that lead to a safer community, leveraging the best business, technology, communications, and community partnerships to drive safety and overall well-being. Thank you again to David Piccini for his ongoing support for the Cobourg Police Service in this venture. On behalf of the Cobourg Police Service and the Cobourg Police Service Board, I would like to thank the Honourable Sylvia Jones, Solicitor General, for your investment in community safety through the Ontario CCTV grant program and your actions towards providing a safer, crime-free Ontario. I'll turn it over to Chief Paul VandeGraaf. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you to Chair Pepper, members of the Cobourg Police Services Board for their support and their continued commitment to finding innovative, collaborative solutions in the fight against crime. To the Honourable Sylvia Jones, Solicitor General, MPP David Piccini, Your Worship, Mayor Henderson, we are honoured to have this announcement here in Cobourg this morning. Innovation is a core value of our police service. We are very pleased to receive this investment from the Province of Ontario through the Ontario Closed Circuit TV grant program. This will allow the Cobourg Police Service to continue to transform the foundation of community safety by employing an innovative and very collaborative approach. In quoting our Solicitor General, community safety and well-being cannot rest solely on the shoulders of the police. It is a shared responsibility by all members of the community and requires an integrated approach to bring municipalities, First Nations, and community partners together to address a collective goal. Funding this collaboration puts those words into action. Everything we do at the Cobourg Police Service is with our collective eyes towards community safety. Our current strategic business plan speaks to this commitment. One of our goals is to deliver quality response and customer service through effective response, enforcement, and investigations. In achieving this, our very clearly seen measurable is to use analytic technology and innovation to effectively support members of our team through the identification of crime and response solutions. Our local project, the Next Generation Community Safety Strategy, is a product of our innovative collaboration with Canada's first Policetech Accelerator. This is a joint venture of the Cobourg Police Service and Northumberland Future Community Development Corporation, or CFDC, with support of FedDev Ontario's Rural Innovation Initiative. The Police Accelerator pairs researchers, entrepreneurs, and innovators with our accelerator team. The members of the Cobourg Police Service in turn work with the group to develop and validate innovative approaches to 21st century policing solutions. The Cobourg Police Service provides the testbed for these modern technologies right here in Cobourg. We are incredibly proud of the Venture13 Policetech Accelerator and the innovative output since its launch earlier in 2020, just at the outset of COVID-19 pandemic. I'm a firm believer that without the dedicated resourcing and tireless support of the Accelerator and the partnership with all of the amazing staff at Northumberland CFDC, we would not be here today. We would not have been able to put this grant together this quickly. Enter the next generation community safety strategy. With use of updated CCTV camera units and advanced technologies, will provide an integrated and scalable mesh video network. This will be a private managed network that will incorporate a combination of police, municipal, and private video camera interfaces. The use of the embedded analytic tools in the video management system will reduce the time spent on video analysis and increase effectiveness on outcomes. This enhanced analytic approach will have measurable increase in our clearance rates and will have a positive impact in preventing further victimization. Simply, this is a scalable and responsive tool to deter violent crime and aid our investigators when identifying involved persons, collecting evidence, and facilitating effective court prosecutions. Outside of all of this effectiveness in resolving criminal activity, this network will provide another layer of support in the assistance of locating missing or wandering people. As a result of an environmental scan conducted in July of this year, 91% of the people surveyed felt that this technology would be effective in apprehending alleged criminals. 74% felt it would prevent crime, and 82% felt that this technology would be effective in increasing their personal feelings of safety. This coming together of many partners, including the Minister of the Solicitor General, is a great example of the commitment to our shared responsibility for our greater community safety and wellness. This project and funding are a direct demonstration of the Accelerator's mandate to provide smart policing and safety solutions for Cobourg and, by extension, Ontario. This project is at the forefront of all emerging technologies and innovations that will drive operational excellence aimed at keeping the community and my officers safe. Thank you to the Ontario government, the Honourable Sylvia Jones, MPP Piccini, for supporting the Cobourg Police Service and police services across Ontario as we all continue to work to find collaborative and innovative ways to eliminate crime and keep all Ontarians safe. At this point, I would like to invite our great partner, Wendy Curtis, the Executive Director of Northumberland CFDC, also of our Venture13 Policetech Accelerator, to the podium. Thank you.
Wow. Good afternoon, everybody. I do have some prepared remarks, but before I get in there, I want to speak to both of you from the heart. Because I just realized as the chief was speaking, I think I'm part of that survey of people who now feel safer. And I think I feel safer because of your investments, and it's very, very impressive. Thank you very, very much. Now I do have some more, let me put my glasses on, sorry. I want to speak a little bit about the announcement of what it means from our perspective at a more local level, but also on what we're doing. And for those that don't know me, I'm very fortunate to be in charge of an innovation-oriented NGO that operates here at Venture13. We work with many, many, many colleagues and many partners. And we're supported by the Government of Canada through FedDev Ontario, which is the Regional Development Agency for Southern Ontario. And as I said, we're housed here at Eastern Ontario's newest innovation center. But we have this partnership happening, as you know, with Cobourg Police Service, and that's really what I wanted to speak to today. And while we have various programs that we execute on behalf of the government, and lots of tools in the toolbox to support entrepreneurs and innovation. And so we sat a few months ago with our Cobourg Police Service, our colleagues there who are amazing in terms of their innovation focus, and we established what I consider an extreme partnership. It's extreme because it's part of a wonderful momentum that can come along that can be actually game-changing on several fronts, and not just locally. The potential impacts, I think the Chief mentioned this, we see them as scalable. We have two independent organizations, one that is more economically focused, another that is more in community safety focused, and they're distinctive organizations with different goals and different metrics, but we have found common ground in leveraging each other's strengths to collaborate and partner in launching the Policetech Accelerator. We also have different goals about that, but what I've come to realize is that our cultures are actually very similar, which is why we're allowed to move allowing us to move as quickly as we are. We both have cultures where we like to get things done rapidly, quickly, decisively, with a preference for quality. We're also moving as a result with the magical speed of trust, and that's what we're doing daily. So I think the Chief mentioned that our goal is to position the Cobourg Police Services at the forefront of emerging technologies and innovations that can drive operational excellence. Essentially, we want to embrace these technologies so that we are on a pathway to contemporized policing services. So what are we doing really? All we're really doing is plugging CPS into a very robust and very abundant entrepreneurial ecosystem that's operating across Ontario. We're working with all kinds of organizations to do that, including OCE, Ontario Centre of Excellence, including FedDev Ontario. Many, many people are helping us to identify entrepreneurs and who may be able to help the Cobourg Police Services solve their safety challenges. We are also plugging CPS into the equally rich and abundant intellect of our researchers in our post-secondary institutions and various other innovators. That's the goal, making linkages in a structured, intentful manner. It is our working premise that discoveries that can be done here and found here in Coburg through the Policetech Accelerator with CPS can be scaled across other policing systems for the benefit of all Ontarians. At the same time, supporting select entrepreneurs on their personal commercialization path, helping to open new markets for them. So that's basically what we're doing. It's very simple. Creating an environment where discoveries can be isolated and scaled. And since we launched in February, we've been working on innovations related to thermal imaging, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, augmented realities, facial recognition. The list is growing daily. And as of yesterday, there are 4 new companies located at Venture13 because of the partnership with Cobourg Police Services. In addition, there are research proposals already submitted to upper levels of government to look at different issues, safety-related issues, in partnership with us and our post-secondary institutions. So, Minister Jones, we see your there you are. We see your announcement today and the inclusion of Cobourg Police Service in the community at large as affirmation that we're on the right path, that embracing modern technologies into the core business of keeping the community safe is the right path to take. And as a result, your announcement is very, very inspiring. Thank you. And David Piccini, our MPP, I know you have comments and I'm going to turn it to you, but first I want to give you a little bit of a nod. Your ongoing support to Venture13, the CFDC, the Policetech Accelerator, Cobourg Police has been mentioned. Locally, we are all building frameworks for growth on multiple fronts, and we appreciate your well-demonstrated ideas and support. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Wendy. And that concludes today's announcement. Once again, thank you, Minister, for your bold leadership on this file, for investing in safe communities across the province of Ontario. So with that, we'll conclude today's announcement. Are there any questions from the media? Pete?
Just one. I'd like to get a comment from yourself, David, and from the Solicitor General, maybe the Chief. Is this a case of Big Brother? People might take it as a case of Big Brother watching. Can you give us a few comments about that?
Yeah, if I may, I mean, just because this, I'll shoot straight with all of you. This hits close to home, and I know we often, as politicians, sometimes we're accused of skirting around answers. A couple weeks ago, I joined members of our community to say that violence against women has to stop. And we made a march from the town, we made a march to Cobourg Police, and that hit close to home because a member of our community was hit hard when their loved one was attacked in Whitby. It was a brutal, heinous crime, attacking a woman who's still clinging to life. Her offender was caught using this technology. So make no mistake, when we talk about keeping women safe, when we talk about keeping our community safe, it's working with the frontline officers, it's utilizing technology to keep our officers safe and to keep our community safe. So that's just what I wanted to add on that. Thank you.
Well, I'm not sure how much I can add after David's comments, but the CCTV cameras are one tool. CCTV cameras will never replace our police officers. They will never replace the community and citizens' engagement to ensure that our friends and our neighbors are safe. But it is a tool that has led and will continue to lead to successful apprehensions and ultimately convictions. I believe strongly that when we give our police officers and our communities those tools, we ultimately become safer. And there is lots of technology that protects innocent identification, but this actually saves lives. Thank you.
It's not like me to take a moment to have to compose myself, and Lisa's now really panicking. Listen, the men and women of our police service work diligently every day to successfully prosecute those offenders. Does this mean that other people's rights to privacy will be infringed upon to ensure every vulnerable person has a safe opportunity? Yes, it does. I will ensure that our CCTV program, our integrated mesh network, will meet and exceed all privacy standards as the Privacy Commission of Ontario has already outlined, and I will ensure that we use this system with the integrity it is entitled to. This will mean a safer Coburg and a safer Ontario. Thank you.
Any other questions? Jenny?
Our integrated mesh network, as I said, is going to incorporate municipally owned, privately owned, and newly purchased public cameras. Some will be affixed per the Privacy Commissioner standards, and you'll have the appropriate signage to know where they're at. Obviously, people will have their own personal business or CCTV cameras once they register into the network. And there will be covert cameras as well. So there's an old adage, if we don't exercise technology, the criminals will. So we will keep some of those things secret. Thanks.
Any other questions? Anyone? No? Well, thank you all once again for being here today. I appreciate your time under the circumstances and joining us outside, so thank you. Have a great day.